Welcome back to another episode of Goat Worthy Reactions, where we mainly like to focus on the goats on this channel. And today we're dealing with some big old Billy Goats, man. So far, I ain't got no shame in saying it. My favorite rock band so far. And when I say favorite, I just mean like this is the most I can I don't know. I feel like I relate to the music the most. I feel like I connect to the music the most, and I just feel like they have a lot of hip hop elements, whether people realize it or not. And they're just different as far as their sound, sonically, just a different sound. We're currently on a 10,000 Days album reaction tour on the Patreon. Join the Patreon, man. We're doing Wings for Marie Part 2, Part 1 and 2. So that's where we're at right now with the album. That's dropping tonight. And I'll be dropping this for the YouTube and for Patreon as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube, just know you can get in the description box below. Sign up for the Patreon and join the Tool Army, brother. Let's get into this, though. This is Tool with Sober. I got the official music video pulled up. I know y'all rather me watch the lyric videos, but I'm going to watch the video and I'm going to have the lyrics up to the side. So I will be reading the lyrics while I'm watching the video at the same time. Don't worry, I won't let it distract me. Let's get into it, though. Let's not waste some more time. You see, this is why I enjoy Tool so much, just because they're that's hip hop to me. I mean, it's not hip hop, it's rock and roll. Hip hop got it from rock and roll, but there's a lot of hip hop. There's parts of hip hop elements in that alone, right there. Like I can rap over that. That's a nice sound. Oh my God. There's so much to say about that sound. It's so good. So much tension. I like the continuous guitar too. It's kind of it's the volume is not too high on that guitar, and it just sounds so good. Turn this up.
Shrouding every step I take, making every promise empty, pointing every finger at me, waiting like a stalking butler, who upon the finger rests.
Wow.
Murder now, the bastard must wait, just because the sun has come. Jesus wants to try and wrestle something with the past is done.
Oh, okay. All right, look, there's a lot to talk about. From the musical side of it, the instrumentation, I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that very much. I just think that there's a lot of intricacies in this man's writing. Like Maynard, the way he writes, I don't understand how he comes up with this. It could just be that he's a well-read individual. I would have to assume such things like that about him because he's too creative and different with his technique of writing. Like he just must be very well-read. He must be like a philosopher. He must read poetry. He must read, I don't know. He studies a lot. He has to, because this type of writing is unheard of. As much rap I listen to, right? And rappers are very creative with how they write. I haven't come across anyone who writes this creatively with such minimal words. He doesn't use, he uses a lot of intricate words without using many words. And he's so descriptive. Like that's a skill in itself. So there's a shadow just behind me, shrouding every step I take, making every promise empty, waiting me like a stalking butler. So what's crazy about his writing is addiction isn't really being described as a substance. as much as it's being described more like a presence, like it's being described as a presence. So what I'm saying is like a living thing almost, a shadow, like he described, something intelligent, something patient, something that studies you and waits for your weakness to appear, right? So they can take over and it can attack. So that line, waiting like a stalking butler, that is insane imagery because, a butler serves you obviously, but this one serves your destruction, the substance, right? And it follows him around like, loyalty twisted in addiction. He's just trying to be very creative how he paints the picture, and I can appreciate that. Making every promise empty. Now, okay, that's one of the most, I would say, painful parts about addiction, from my experience and a lot of friends and stuff like that I've dealt with. Mainly because not even the substance itself, it's the cycle of, just telling yourself, never again, this is the last time. Then waking up back in the same place, same position, same drugs. And it's hard. It's hard. I have much more sympathy for addicts than I used to have when I was young and immature. As I got older, I realized how tough that battle could be and how easy it is to slip back into it. So, yeah, it does frustrate me when people are very dismissive of drug abuse and stuff like that. But he has a way of turning internal suffering into just like visual poetry, man. Like he's good like that, man. Jesus, won't you effing whistle? Like he's so raw. Like it makes me laugh sometimes because it's like, man, this if you know it honesty when you hear it, right? This is straight honesty, dog. Jesus, won't you effing whistle? Something but the past and done. So this isn't even like, obviously this is not like him being rebellious or anything like that. To me, as much as it is just exhaustive, like he's just tired, right? He's tired of it. Like he's tired of hearing about guilt, tired of hearing about what already happened, old stories. He's tired of being haunted by yesterday. I can respect that. And I know exactly where he's coming from, and he's not calmly praying anymore, right? He's desperate at this point. He's almost like begging for interruption, really, right? Because it's like begging for silence in his own mind almost. Why can't we be sober? Why what we say, I just want to start this over. I really like that little chorus part right there because that's it's a contradiction, right? It's literally that contradiction is the entirety of the addiction cycle when you think about it, right? In one sentence wrapped up in a bow, because half of him wants freedom and the other half wants escape forever, right? That's really what they're chasing. So that's the way a genius writes. Like that's just Maynard, dog. That's just Maynard. Even the wording sounds conflicted. Wow. Ooh, mother, man. Oh my gosh. This video is crazy. It's a great depiction. I'm just a worthless liar. I'm just an imbecile. I will only complicate you. Trust me, and fall as well. I will find a center in you. Oh my God. This writing is just mind blowing. I cannot handle this type of writing, dog. I cannot. His writing is insane. He said, I will find a center in you. I will chew it up and leave. I will work to elevate you just enough to bring you down. I mean, come on. And there's so many ways to take these lyrics as well. But then he goes into Mother Mary. So Mother Mary, won't you whisper something but the past is done. Same thing he asks of Jesus, right? That's what addiction eventually does to people psychologically. At first you think you're controlling something And then eventually it starts, like, I guess, redefining your identity. I like that he always writes with a intention to leave the floor open for many to just resonate with. I don't think he's doing it to be creative. I think he's doing it so that everyone can resonate with it. I love the fact that he's never too specific. You know what I'm saying? He's never too specific, but at the same time, he is so descriptive. I love it. And it leaves the floor open. I think that's why so many ears like gravitate towards them, because they speak to many people. If I'm trying to show someone Tool, this is probably gonna be my go-to song, straight up. I'm not saying it's my favorite song, but what I'm saying is I love it enough, and I feel like it's perfectly clear. With this song, I'm definitely gonna listen to it a lot, and I feel like even the song itself musically has a somewhat of an addictive character to it. Like, it makes me want to hear more, and I just feel like, is that intentional? I don't know if the frequencies are done intentionally like that to the context of what the song is about. If so, that's even more genius. If you guys can give me some context on that, on whether or not there may be some validity there in what I'm saying. Is there some type of a parallel when it comes to the music frequencies and the lyrics? Like, do they focus on that? Because I know not a lot, but I know certain artists do that. Actually, Eminem has talked about that. Like, certain beats, if he creates haunting sounds when he wants to talk about something horror style. So I wonder if they did that here, because it matches perfectly, man. It matches perfectly. Let's let this finish out.
I'm just a worthless liar. I am just an imbecile. I will only
Complicate you. Trust me, it'll fall as well. Wow.
I will find a center
In you. I love that.
I will chew it up and leave. Trust me.
Ooh, the tension. You feel the tension? Ah.
Trust me. Why can't we not be sober? Just want to start things over. Why can't we sleep forever? Just want to start this over.
Ooh, I like that. This video is crazy. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh, I thought it was over. But it was not. It was not over. Oh my gosh, that was good. Let me just hear that little ending part. That was sexy. He said, "I want what I want." Oh man. They are so unorthodox. Oh my God. They're so intentional with that. It's not even funny. They're so intentional with that. At this point, I feel like they knew what they were doing, and they knew how much people loved it, and they just really just abused the unorthodoxism of their musical instrumentation. I feel like the trust me, right? It almost sounds demonic. Almost sounds like that, the devil in your ear. Or almost sounds like that evil conscience just trying to, throw you overboard while you're on the edge. It just wants to nudge you a little bit, but it also takes more pleasure. Instead of just pushing you over, it takes more pleasure, I feel like, pushing you with their words as opposed to physically pushing you with their words so that you can do it yourself. They enjoy those evil spirits, evil forces. They enjoy the self-destruction. They love being the cause and the influence of it, but they love it when you do it to yourself. They love that because they get this gratification of just control. They feel like they're controlling you, and they feel like they're influencing you, and they feel like they're destroying the world. That's just my opinion, but I just feel like that repetition in that trust me, like, it was a little haunting, right? It was a little disturbing, I would say, because it sounds like manipulative, obviously, right? Because it is almost at the same time, though, seductive. So like addiction speaking directly to the listener now. So all of us who are tuning in at this point, we're hearing this, right? But so by the end of the song, it doesn't even It doesn't even feel like he's fighting it anymore, right? Felt very like it sounds like he gave in. He feels like it felt like surrender mixed with self-awareness at the same time. So I don't know what the outcome actually was on this one. And honestly, this is one of the most, I feel like, accurate depictions of the inner conflict that I've ever heard in music ever. Like I said, a lot of people, a lot of artists try to take this route musically with making this analogy comparison with drugs. Like, for example, 50 Cent has a song called Baltimore Love Thing. And it's really, he's rhyming from the perspective of heroin. And I know that was influenced by the James Brown song back in the day when he made the perspective of heroin as well. So I feel like this is another thing of that, right? Where you're making, like Eminem has done this, like a lot of rappers have done this, and they give the substance a character, and then you confuse on whether or not he's talking about a girl, is he talking about the industry, fame, or he's talking about drugs. Sometimes it's hard to tell because they all contain a little bit of addictive substance in it, right? It would take too much to write something like this. You would have to have the knowledge he has. This isn't skill. This is beyond skill. This is beyond skill. Like, you need the skill to put it together for sure, but this is like knowledge and wisdom. He's not glorifying addiction. He's not romanticizing it. He's just exposing how ugly, right? How ugly and exhausting the psychology of consuming it really is. And whether or not he's dealt with this personally, it seems like from the personal experience, but it's just brilliance though. It's just brilliance. And I love the fact that Maynard doesn't like spoon feed you his emotions or the context of the song. He gives you the breathing room that allows you to sit in it, and that's when that interpretation kicks in. Like, how are you going to interpret it compared to how I'm going to interpret it? But yeah, this wasn't just a song, not at all. This felt like a conversation. I feel like Maynard's intention was to make this song sound like a conversation with of a man, I would say, against himself, a war he's losing. Doesn't sound like he's winning this war at all.